am live, it says, but there's an error. Come on. It says I'm live. Everything looks good. Okay, good. It's just on the other end. Okay. Because for whatever reason, on the YouTube Live thing, they're showing static. Okay, so hey, it's Draconis here. Looks like Merlin. Looks like he's not doing too well. Possibly, I don't know. I haven't heard from him today. But it's just me. So we're gonna go through this about as best I can by myself. So let's see. Let's see. I believe we have Sonic Team Racing, which looks pretty good. It is coming out on the PC, the Switch, the PS4, and the Xbox. It's probably the third. It is third installment to the Sonic Racing games, and as you can see, I've got the website up. I can't really get OBS to scroll down on that. Not sure why. Let's play this one. Nonetheless, basically the major differences they've done to this game than others in the past would be the fact that they did a team feature that allows you to play as a team. So you will earn points based on positions in team that you are in. They've added features like customizations to your racer, which I believe will allow you to change the vehicle mostly and a couple of customization parts to it. That's about as far as I can tell. There's gonna be like some of the other racers that they've come out with before, with power ups and boost spots and all that on the racetrack. But yeah, that's for the most part. That would be Sonic Racers. It's added up to team racing. A few power ups probably changed. They haven't really on their website. Haven't got much info on that. They've added customizations to your vehicle. But for the most part, that seems to be about the extent of the detail intel I have on Sonic Team Racing. Now, the next game coming up is, well, if you ever played Monster Hunter, I would say you've probably found a game you liked. But at the same time, everyone took forever to find a way for it to come on PC, so a lot of people moved over to a beta of Dauntless. And as you can see right there, I pulled it up where it has a little base information about the Hunt Behemoths from their actual site. It is not something new I've covered. It's something old that came out on PC only. The reason why I'm covering it now is because it's coming out for PS4, Xbox. Let me double check. I want to say I did not see it for the Switch, but no, it's not Switch, just the Xbox and PS4. They're also preparing apparently to launch on the Epic Store. Congrats on that, I guess. Nonetheless, but for the most part, it's just like Monster Hunter. It allows for farming of monsters, digging up individual parts you may need, breaking of monsters' tails, horns, and all that. But the major difference, I would say, between Monster Hunter and this, it doesn't have this variety of classes, and its weapon styles are extremely different. Plus, it has features in it exclusive to it that are not in the Hunter franchise. So it is its own system to a degree, as Monster Hunter game goes. It has its own mechanics, its own works. Downside is it's, as far as I knew, it was free directly from their website. You could download. So if you don't want to deal with the Epic Store on PC, but from what I can tell, it's going to the PS4 and Xbox One soon, which would be, let's see, when was it exactly? Oh, that's tomorrow. Just tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow it comes out for those two consoles. Plus, I don't know if it's the same day for the Epic Store, but who's really worried about it? Nonetheless, that is it for Dauntless. I wish I had a better way to get to the site and show you guys more of the information on there. As I am working with OBS to experiment with it better, I will hopefully have me better about this kind of stuff better. The next game, I do not have a link to the site, as sadly, due to the nature of the site, it requires a 18 plus allowance, and I haven't quite mastered the browser feature to OBS, so it would be locked to asking for your age. But it would look like old classics are coming to the Switch, you could say. Resident Evil, the Origins collection, is coming to the Switch on the 21st. Now, if you've never played any of Resident Evil games, good morning, William. This would be the Origins. So this is like, if I remember correctly, I know it's the original Resident Evil remastered, but it's also, I want to say, I can't remember the exact name of it. There was one story prior to the events of, I was like Alpha or, no, Zero, that's what it was called. This is two games for one, basically, for the Switch. The remastered version of the original Resident Evil, and Origins, that launched originally on the GameCube. Now they're getting relaunched for the Switch, as it was already launched on Xbox and PlayStation, as far as I know. So in this case, this is something that's not new, not old, for the Switch. But yeah, it's for the most part pretty not a bad grab if you're a horror fan and you're looking for something difficult, I would say. Now let's see, what is the next one on the date list? Would look like the next one on my list is Neon Tavern Story, Patty and the Hungry God, for Xbox on the 22nd. No, I do have a site for that. Where are you? Nope. There it is. Got it. Yeah, I had to go through the list for a little bit. This is a Nintendo Shop Switch store, but effectively this is coming to the Xbox. So it's already out on the Switch. If you have an Xbox and you want to get it, it comes out on the 23rd. Yeah. No, not 23rd, 22nd. I bet 22nd. Whoopsies. I need more coffee. But no, it's a kind of like a RPG turn-based kind of game. Or I think the big feature to it is the fact that you run a tavern and you're cooking food for people, while at the same time you are going out fighting monsters and going to the forest and collecting the materials you need for your tavern to have the supplies it needs. I'm not certain if it's going to have English translations because a lot of games like this don't really have it because they weren't that popular from the word go. But nonetheless, it is coming out, and it does look like it's going to be an interesting little, cute little game to play. If you're into a kind of Sims kind of game without the feeling of a true Sims game. Speaking of Sims games, let's see. There is another kind of simulation game coming out on the 23rd. Now, this one maybe some people's alley. You see, where is the details on that? Where we go? Total War 3 Kingdoms. It is getting a new addition to its franchise. On the third Kingdom. Total War is getting a new addition to its franchise. Third Kingdom. Sorry about that, guys. Only on PC. It is, as you can see, on the Steam shop. It is a turn-based that kind of integrates the idea of building an empire with the intricate devices of real-time strategy. So it's going to have elements of building an empire while at the same time defending said empire. Now, I'm not certain what more else I can explain on this one, as I've played strategy-based games, so it's kind of basically units, topple each other, attack each other. You kind of order them to go here, but while at the same time, your opponent could be a city you don't want to affect because its destruction may affect other concepts to the game, as far as I understand it, with the idea of empires. Because if you were to say take out one of the trading to one of your other empires, it could affect everything. But for the most part, that is the Three Kingdoms, a strategy game that also integrates a lot of the features from the past Total War series. So that is that. Now, let's see, where it is. There it is. That, and then that. Nope, not that. There we go. So, Arc Systems Works has a new game coming out called Daedalus, The Awakening of the Golden Jazz. It is coming out on the Switch, I believe. No. It's already on the Switch. It is coming. No, it's not on the Switch at all. It is coming out for the PS4. My bad. I need more coffee. That's all there is to it. Now, I want to say that the big thing to this is, if you're playing in the Arc System Works games, you're looking at a story-driven game. No, wait. Oh, the website says Switch, PS4, and Steam. Okay, never mind. Okay, well, look at the website. I am blind as a goddamn bat this morning. Damn it. Basically, it's kind of similar to a lot of those point-and-click games on the PC, but the major difference in most of those is it's got a map. It's going to have a little more dialogue. So it's kind of a very fascinating game, but while at the same time it's going to have you kind of uncover mysteries, and each mystery is going to have a unique way for you to solve it. So it's going to have its own style, you could say. I want to actually stretch this out, but that's the last game on the list. And I am missing the doggo. I don't think he's doing, I don't think he's feeling well today. So, on that note, I will go ahead and click here a little early today, but it's just me, and I hate to end it early, but we're going to see how it does with this. Those are the games for the week. Just a quick summary of what we got. On the 21st, you've got Team Sonic Racing coming out on all platforms. You've got Dauntless coming out on PS4 and Xbox One. You've got Total War, Three Kingdoms. Alright, Resident Evil Origin Collections on the 21st. Total War comes out on the 23rd, as is Alternate Jack Hunter Dauntless, The Awakening of Golden Jazz on the 23rd as well for PS4. And apparently Switch and PC, I did not see. And then on the 22nd is Mario Tavern Story, Patty and the Hungry God for Xbox. So, that's the run up, and I will catch everyone next week. Or if you catch my stream later tonight on Twitch, on Draco Firesoul, I'll be streaming some Final Fantasy I plan to. Well, catch you later.